Here's how to tell if your offer is good for cold DM. So we've used the same offer framework to convert cold traffic into booked calls consistently. And in the last 30 days, we've booked over 17 calls just from Twitter cold DMs alone with just having an actual good offer. I'm just refreshing it to show you. We actually do have 17 booked calls in the last 30 days with just cold DMs alone. Here are some of our client results and our campaigns. 15 booked calls with 14,300 DMs. Pay in full for $1,200 per month without even taking a sales call. It was all just closed in the DMs, just with having a really strong offer and what that we're actually, I'm going to be talking about because it's really important to have a good offer in, cold traffic, cold DMs. And cold DMs are very simple. You find someone's profile on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, whatever that you're doing. You DM them with a good offer, then they're interested. They book onto your calendar and you close them on a sales call. It sounds very simple, but it's a lot harder than it is. And that's because a lot of people get the offer wrong and their offer is made for warm traffic or it's just not very strong in general. And because of that, cold DMs, cold email, all of that cold traffic will work way less effectively simply because it's not as strong of an offer and it's not as valuable, right? Because you're cold DMing people. It's they haven't opted in, they don't know you, it's unsolicited. So you have to make sure that you're delivering something that's extremely valuable. And this Alex Hormozi's value equation, if you've seen it, then you know what it is basically just maximizing the amount of value in your offers, having a really good dream outcome, having a very high, like success, feeling like they're like, hey, this person will probably get me to that, 10 calls per day or whatever that you're pitching them. And, as fast as possible without any effort or sacrifice on their end. That's a really valuable offer, right? So the first thing is having a risk reversal, either money back or performance basis that really works well for cold traffic, or a one-time setup, right? That's not, expensive. Like we set this up for you one time, then you keep it forever or something like that. It's a lot easier to do that than to pay for a retainer service or something, right? Because if you're paying for a retainer, then you need more trust built up because you're paying them every 30 days instead of just one time or pay on results like revenue share or something, right? Number two, if you're offering something like SEO, right, it's going to be much harder to pitch to cold traffic because SEO takes time to get results with. It's not fast results. But if you're doing cold DMs or cold email or any form of outbound, and that's your offer, it's much easier and faster. Well, not easier, but it's much faster to get results for the clients than, SEO, which takes time and is compounding. Same thing with content creation, if that is your offer, right? Number three is having a USP. So you've probably seen these all over, the make money space or just on Twitter, YouTube in general. We'll book you 30 sales calls in 30 days or something just like that. And there's no unique selling proposition. It's probably just with paid ads or cold email, and there's nothing new, right? I got pitched with this like a few weeks ago. Had multiple of these same DMs, like we'll book you 120 qualified sales calls and you don't have to pay at all or whatever, right? It's like, okay, well that's great, but if they told me, hey, we can book you, even 30 sales calls, but in like 90 days or something, right? But we can do this with our custom lead scraper, custom database that people can't find from Apollo or LinkedIn. It's like something new, then I might be interested, right? Because it's something that's unique that I haven't heard before. It cuts through the noise, and if you just tell me 30 sales calls in 30 days and your thing is cold email, well, there's no really anything that's unique, right? So it's not very interesting. So you have to make yours unique, show how that you're different from the market. If you're not different and you don't have a risk reversal and it's a slow results and you don't have many case studies or social proof that's relevant, it's going to be hard to make a good offer, right? So obviously moving on, if you're pitching to content creators or business owners or a specific type of, let's say, like content agency, YouTube content agencies, then you want to have results and proof in that same niche. If it's a different niche, they're not going to care as much, if at all. And the best thing is it's somebody exactly like them. So lives maybe in their country, their revenue level, their team headcount, all of these things. That way it's as relevant as possible, and then they feel, wow, he did it for that person, like who looks just like me, he can probably do it for me as well. And then they're going to be at least interested to hear what you have to say, right? Next up, do it yourself, done with you, done for you offers. The best ones to sell are done for you, just for cold traffic, because they want it done for them, because there's less effort and sacrifice. And you can promise a bigger outcome because it's done for you, right? And there's less time because obviously if you're doing it for them, you can probably do it faster than if they were doing it, right? Like, let's say in terms of marketing at least. And then lead magnets, I'm going to get into this, but really keep in mind cold traffic is not warm traffic. When you get referrals or you make content or all of this, they already have some sort of trust built up with you. They at least know you somewhat. Cold traffic doesn't know you at all. So your offer really has to be strong to make sure you have any chance of competing with people in the inbox. That's why we've been able to book calls and, get results for our clients and actually, make money for them, is that their offer was good and we optimized it and we tested it. And one big thing that actually helped us was having good, strong lead magnets. So going to go over our lead magnet and then an example of something that you could do for just a niche that you probably don't know about, just to show you that you can make a lead magnet for any business. So this one is a software one. We pitch them, hey, can we send you over personalized leads? Like these are your ICP based off of your profile who are active in the last 7 days and are interested in, whatever that they're selling. So it's qualified because they're interested, they're active. So, like they're not just bot accounts. And it's personalized for their ICP. It's very valuable because it's personalized value. All that they have to do is just say yes. We sent them over the list and we started talking. We got a 4% flat positive reply rate as per this campaign. This was not always 4%, but this is what that we got on one batch of a lead list that we did. That was like at the peak, right? But obviously this still did really well for us, right? It was not always 4%, but it was pretty high just because it's free value. It's just like a lead magnet. And obviously we use software for this so we can, pump out these lead magnets and these lists really quickly, but you don't have to use software for that. Like there's a client that we have, AI automation for property managers. So property managers are people that manage apartments or houses, hundreds and maybe even thousands of these properties, and they have to manage them in a CRM or some sort of software, and it takes some time, right? So this is something that I was brainstorming for my client. I think it could work really well. Just, hey, first name, saw that you're managing properties in the, let's say, LA area and thought that this would be useful. Quick question, how many hours do you spend on billing each week? I asked because we just helped, and then this is like the case study. Maria, a property manager in LA, cut her billing time from 40 hours to 6 hours per week without switching off AppFolio. AppFolio is a software, it's a tool that these property managers use to save time, manage their properties better. And you can kind of see, if you go back to the value equation, that there's very low effort and sacrifice because they're already using it and they don't have to switch or use a new software or something. They can just keep using that and they're fine, right? So that's great. I recorded a 3-minute walkthrough showing exactly how we automated her entire billing process. Can I send you the video? Then the video can just be you walking through that N8N flow that you built out for them, or some Google Doc or something that you've done. And then you just CTA a call booking at the end or something, right? Keep the conversation going, however that you choose to book the call from that way. But if they've already responded to this, it's obviously, if somebody responds, there's a higher likelihood that they are going to at least book a call with you than if they did not respond, right? It's very easy for them to say yes to this because they're saving like 36 or 34 hours per week, right? So it's very valuable for them. That's one big thing. Managing properties takes a lot of time. Their dream outcome is that it takes them no time or very little time, right? And the perceived likelihood because of this, if it's somebody that is also in LA and they also have, let's say that they're managing 300 properties, and we did this for Maria and we said, hey, a property manager in LA who manages 1,000 properties, and we helped her save that much time. Well, she's like, well, if it works for 1,000 properties, it should work for 300 properties, right? So the perceived likelihood can be higher if we make it more specific social proof. The time delay, that's why that we said 3 minutes, because obviously if it's 3 minutes, you can just watch it and it's very quick, and then you can say, yeah, sure, I'm interested or whatever, right? So this would be an example of a lead magnet that would do well because it kind of ticks all of those boxes. It's personalized and it works. And this is what that we've used to be booking calls, getting sales just from cold DMs. People think it doesn't work. It's really just about your offer. You can have a great lead list, amazing AI personalization, finding their location, how many properties that they have. But you could remove all of the AI, everything, first name, doesn't matter. And they would just be, hey, saw that you're managing properties and thought that this would help you. You just go into this. This would still do well. The personalization just bumps up the reply rate, more than normal. But the real core thing is a good, strong offer. So hopefully that makes sense. If you have any questions, any video requests that you want to be made, put in the comments, DM me on Twitter. And yeah, hopefully that makes sense. That's how you have a good offer for cold DMs and cold traffic.